today's video. I'm so happy you're here. I have a master bedroom makeover video, and it's actually been a long time coming. I've had a lot of these clips for several months. This has just been a very gradual and slow process. So I will talk about this amazing shingle wall behind me, as well as our fabulous cane headboard that was all DIY, and I'll take you start to finish of how we did that, and just some little touches. I don't go into too much detail about the specific decor. I will have kind of a part 2 coming out because I have a office area in the corner over here that you probably have seen off and on in other videos if you've watched them before and caught that, and it's not completely done. I just don't really know what I want to do with that space, so that has not been really touched or anything. It's just kind of hanging out over there. But everything else in the room, I will show you what we did and how we got here. Before, I sort of had this kind of shabby chic thing going on, and I loved it, and I still love that look, but I'm kind of veered a little bit more toward a sort of boho cottage coastal style now. So I guess that's how I would describe what I have, but I'm just gonna go ahead and get right into the video. So I'll kind of talk you through what I've done and tell you a little bit about each thing that we have put into the room, and then I'll do a second video because I still have some things that I want to do. So just wanted to throw this out there because sometimes we think that our space isn't finished and we can't love it the way that it is, but even without it being completely done, I still love it. I love how everything turned out, and I am so happy with it. And everything else will come in time. I would love to go to thrift stores and find paintings or just really special things instead of just going to the big box stores all the time. I do find great stuff there too, but I kind of wanted a little bit more personal touches in our bedroom. So it still is a work in progress, but I thought I would get this video out to you just to show you what we've done so far and let you see how our master bedroom has transformed. I knew I wanted hanging pendant lights, and the ones that I saw were at IKEA. So I took a trip to IKEA. It's not super close. It's about a 25-minute drive, which isn't horrible, but it's not a place that I go often, even though I love IKEA. But they had these pendant lamps there that I really wanted, so I loaded up and went and picked them up. I don't get to IKEA often, and I wish I did because they really just have the coolest and most fitting decor for my home. I did order the actual light socket that you hang it with from Amazon, so I can link those for you if you're interested. They had a couple different ones to choose from, but the length looked perfect for what I wanted it for. And then this is the lamp. I'll put the name of it in the description because I can't remember exactly what it was called, but it is a very common. I know a lot of people have this particular pendant lamp hanging up, and I just love the look of it. I love how natural it is, and it makes a really cool design when you light it as well. So I just thought this was the perfect choice for the sort of boho beachy look that I was going for in our bedroom. Our ceilings are at an angle, but these are the sides of the bed, so this is where I'm going to hang it. It's kind of right next to each window on either side, maybe slightly in front of it, but I just feel like this is going to be the best spot for it. So all I did was feed the cord through, and then it had these little kind of clips inside, or that you could just sort of weave the rope through, and that's where the light switch goes. I didn't get video of me hanging it. My husband actually did it for us, but it was so easy to do. You just had to drill in the ceiling and put a hook, and it hung up really easily, and then I just fed the rope through. I think they make the room look so warm and so cozy. I really wanted a more streamlined look for our bed, and I kind of wanted to get away from this feminine looking headboard that we had and something a little bit lower too. Our bed was really high up, and we had box springs and a mattress on top of it, so I just wanted something that would be lower to the ground, a little bit easier to get onto and off of, and again, just something simple because I knew I wanted to add a headboard. The bed was really easy to put together, so I just kind of did that quickly and had everything ready to go so I could move my old bed out and put my new bed in. For my new bed frame, I wanted something simple, lower to the ground, and not so fancy like the one that I used to have. So I ordered this one from Mellow, and it's just their classic, I think, natural one is what it was called, but I ordered it off of Amazon or Walmart. I have to find it and I'll link it. It was really easy to put together. I love how just clean it looks. I love that the mattress is lower to the ground, and I just think it fits a little bit more with that sort of relaxed look that I was going for in our bedroom. So once I got it all put together, I got it into the room and finished taking the old one apart and switching them out, and I think that it looked so much better, and I just really like how the look was transforming away from this sort of shabby chic thing that I had going on for a really long time. As you can see, I did have these rolling storage bins which fit really well under the old IKEA white frame that I had, and this frame I did measure to make sure they would fit, but it was really tight and really close, and that middle bar kind of threw everything off that I really didn't expect. So just something to keep in mind if you do have storage under your bed and you are interested in this frame. You have to kind of maneuver a little bit, but it is tall enough that you can fit some bins under there. Now, how easy it's going to be to get to them when I need them is another story. I did have all the bedding. I bought the bedding a while ago. I might change it up a little bit, but I really like the way that it looks now. I love the color. It's very warm, kind of like a light brown, beige color, so I think I will leave it for now. And then I would love to get some accent pillows down the road. We decided to go with a cedar shake shingle accent wall in our bedroom. You can get bundles of the shingles at Home Depot and other stores for about $30. Here's the wall that we're going to be doing the cedar shake shingles on. You can see it's just a really huge bare white wall, and it needed something to warm it up. I didn't really want to paint it. It's kind of got that weird high angle, and then my husband was actually the one who suggested the cedar shake shingles, which give it immediately just sort of a beachy kind of coastal look. It also warms it up a lot with the natural wood color. My husband really wants to whitewash it still, and I don't know, I'm kind of torn. I really love the wood look and how it warms up the bedroom, and I also just don't feel like dealing with whitewashing this wall. I don't know if it would look better or not. So far, it still looks just like this. But if you have any opinions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments down below, because I would probably like it both ways, but I just don't want to lose the natural warmth that the wood gives. So let me know your opinion and what you think, because he is team whitewash all the way. I'll show you the finished product of the wall in a moment. The last thing that we really did, this sort of like big thing to transform the room, was to make a headboard. I really like the look of a cane headboard, so I ordered this cane webbing from a Etsy shop, and I think it came all the way from Vietnam, and I love how it looks. She had so many great different kinds of cane webbing, and I just really like this one. I think it was called the Radio Weave, and it just fit the look that I was wanting. But they also had the circular one, if you know what I'm talking about. So I will leave her shop linked down below, but she was great. It got shipped out super quickly. There was even a problem with the shipping, and she fixed it immediately. It wasn't her fault, but she was on top of it, so she sent out a new one. So I went ahead and soaked this into some water, because that's supposed to make the cane easier to work with. And then once I was done soaking it, which I did for about 24 hours. I unrolled it, dried it off with the towel, and then my husband built the frame just out of wood, and you can make it whatever size you want. You just want to make sure that you have enough space for the webbing to stretch so you can staple it. Now, as you can see, it's still kind of like not wrinkled, but it has some waves to it. That does tighten when it dries, and it will dry taut. So just something to keep in mind. But I just love how the headboard turned out. I think it's my favorite thing in the room next to the shingles because it just looks so cozy. And again, it just looks beachy and that coastal look. And I love how it looks along with the hanging pendant lamps. So he went ahead and drilled it into the wall for me, and it just stays in place perfectly. This is the finished product. I say finished loosely. There are still some things I want to do. I'd love to get some pictures to hang up, especially over the bed, and maybe one in between the doors on the shingle wall. But overall, I love the look. I love how it just feels less like stark and cold as opposed to the just bright white everywhere. I think everything works so well together. I might get some more blankets to put on the bed and fabric. I do still have my computer area too. It's my office in here as well, and I do need to do this side of the room, so I didn't focus too much on it now, but that is a work in progress, so I will definitely show you guys once I do a little bit more. But as far as the rest of the room, I have my plant on the corner. It's not real. Nothing can be real in here. It's way too dark because the room faces to the north, so I can't have real plants. But everything else, I feel just having more textiles, having lots of cozy things like this runner on the dresser. I've got my ukulele hanging up, and then just lots of seashells. I don't normally have this many. They're usually throughout the house, but because it's fall, I have everything in here for now. But I just think every little detail helps to make the room feel a lot more relaxed and a lot more warm and inviting, and I just love all of it. So I do still think I might whitewash the cedar shake, but I'm not sure. I'm just really putting it off, but I love everything else, and I do love the wall as well, but just kind of torn with that look. But this is the finished product. I hope that you enjoyed this makeover. I will have another part of this makeover coming once I get some artwork and finish going through my computer desk and maybe doing a little something over there, but I just haven't felt inspired for that area of the room, so I've kind of left it alone. But this is the rest of the bedroom, and I adore it, and I highly recommend doing a cedar shake wall if you're thinking about an accent wall and you want to do something unique, because it really wasn't that time consuming and it turned out so well. So thank you so much for watching. I'm so glad that you're here, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.